People have been looking at rock layers and fossilized remains of creatures for centuries, but in just the last 150 years, scientists have been able to explain what they are seeing. This is science's story of life on Earth. The Earth is more than 4.5 billion years old. We are using this piece of ribbon to represent 4.5 billion years. For a long time, life couldn't exist on Earth. The ground was hot enough to melt rocks. There was no liquid water. Comets and asteroids frequently crashed into the surface, and volcanoes erupted constantly, filling the air with poisonous gases. After a few 100 million years, the Earth's surface had cooled enough for water to collect and form oceans. No one knows when or where life began. Perhaps it formed in a warm, shallow sea or a mud puddle. It might have developed first in sea spray, deep in the ocean or underground. Life might have even arrived on the Earth inside an asteroid. But by 3.5 billion years ago, life was thriving in the oceans in the form of tiny round cells, microscopic bacteria. These bacteria contain genes, very much like the genes in our cells today. Life stayed that way for several billion years. Meanwhile, the Earth changed. Land rose from the oceans. But slowly, new forms of life developed, plant-like cells that produced oxygen gas. Some cells joined together and became the first simple animals. Plant-like animals attached to the seafloor, worms and jellyfish, all smaller than 1 inch long. Next, in the shallow ocean, many new kinds of animals developed, including strange worm-like creatures, hard-shelled trilobites. Most of these odd creatures die off, but other things develop like shellfish, nautilus, and corals. Then something like fish develops with scales and fins and even a backbone, just like us. Eventually, one of these small fishes starts to breathe air and crawls onto land along with bugs, mosses, and ferns. Then it's the world of giant ferns 50 feet tall, dragonflies 2 feet across, and tiny reptiles. But soon there's giant reptiles, the dinosaurs. They range from bird-like animals to giants more than 90 feet long. They live in the sea, on land, and in the air. Dinosaurs are the dominant animal on Earth for the next 160 million years. Mammals who feed their young milk develop too, but they're small and active at night to avoid being eaten by the dinosaurs. Later, the first birds, probably relatives of tree-climbing dinosaurs, take to the air. After the dinosaurs become extinct, first large flightless birds more than 7 feet tall become the dominant meat eaters. Flowering plants and trees develop too. Later, with the dinosaurs gone, mammals are able to evolve into large plant and animal eaters. Just 5 million years ago, this little slice here at the end, an ape-like animal develops that walks upright on 2 legs with 2 arms free for using tools, with brains larger than other animals. Then, only 130,000 years ago, modern humans appear. That would be a hair width from the end of our timeline. So that's when scientists believe different types of life developed on Earth based on the fossils and rock layers. But why have so many different forms of life developed on Earth? That's a question for another day.